Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna show you the deck I did build, the Branded Despia. I do like how this deck feels, how it plays. It's really fun. So I'm gonna show you the deck list first, and then we're gonna do some basic combos that I learned. I do know that there are some more complex combos and some situational combos, but I did learn 2 or 3 basic combos to learn to play the deck. Well, until now I did some testing, I did some dueling, it was really fun. Well, I did come across some hand traps, some difficulties against hand traps, but I did learn a lot of workarounds, playing around hand traps and all, but more of it in another video. Today we're gonna focus just on the deck list and these 2 or 3 combos. Write me in the comments if you wanna see more of this, if you have some more tips or tricks for me, and what I can do better, but all of this after the video. So let's get started. At first we do have the Fallen of the White. This is the main guy of the deck. This is Albaz. This is always treated as Albaz, so we're gonna have 2 Fallen of the White and 1 Fallen of Albaz. This is always treated as Fallen of Albaz, so we do have the 3 copies that is required for the deck. 2 Incredible Ecclesia, 2 of the Blazing Cartesia, 1 Guiding Quem, 3 Aluber, 1 Albion the Shrouded Dragon, 1 Golden Soul Soul, 1 Tri-Brigade, this is for protection, and the 1 Tri-Brigade Spriggan's Kit. This is working really well with Quem. I had it outside of the deck, I did side deck it, but after some time playing with it, I did really grew to like it. Yeah, so I did include in the main deck. I do really like comboing with Quem into Spriggan's Kit as a second option if some of the combos, some of the cards that I tried to do didn't work out. So yeah, I did include it. And these are the main monsters of the deck. These are one-offs. These are our special summons, and our protection, hand protection. So, and then we get to the magic cards, the spell cards. We do have naturally 1 Branded Fusion, no Branded deck without Branded Fusion, of course. The most broken card, as I learned, the Fallen of the Virtues, 3 of these. I did play 3 Branded opening, but I did drew into it too much. I do prefer searching for it with Aluber, so I did took 1 out, and I included 1 Branded in red. So yeah, 2 Branded openings, 3 Branded High Spirit. This is also a very strong card. 1 Branded in red, 1 Branded Sword, and 1 Branded Retribution. This is the core main engine of the deck. Of course, the branded cards, and then we get to the hand traps. 3 Ash Blossom, of course. This must be in every deck, as I learned. Draw and Lockbird, really strong card as well. Playing against Cool Tunes, find it very helpful. 2 Fuwalos, also a very strong card. And then we get the 3 Forbidden Droplets, and 3 Imperms, Infinite permanents. So this for the main deck. I play in the extra deck some, of course, Branded Fusion monsters and some Synchro monsters. I do play Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon, really strong card, together with Luluva Lilith and Safe Frameblood Omega. This helps a lot to break the board going second. I do really like this card. Of course, Chaos Stasis Dragon for the back row removal can be really helpful in many situations. I did really find myself playing a lot this card. At first I did thought that it wouldn't be so much summoned or so helpful, but it really is. So I do include one in the extra deck. Two Dragon the Devours Dogma, really broken card, really strong. A lot of decks find it difficult to remove this card from the board if it's summoned, and it really has a really strong effect. Gregonol, the Dusk Dragon, 2 copies of it. The Rinbrom, one of. Mirror Jade, of course, the boss monster of this deck. Titanclad, Lubellion, Albalinatus, and 2 Albion for our searches. Okay, this was the deck list. Feel free to copy it. We're gonna move on with the combos. I did drew a test hand, but for this combo we only need the Aluber. But be warned, if this combo gets interrupted, if you start with Aluber, it's probably gonna wreck your hand. So I do always recommend starting off with smaller combos and building up to your bigger combos. But this video right now is just to introduce the basic combos. So let's move on. We want to summon Aluber. We're gonna use its effect on summon to get ourselves the Branded Fusion from our deck to our hand, activate it, and on activation we're gonna send for cost the Fallen of the White Dragon and the Blazing Cartesia to the graveyard to special summon the Albion. On summon we're gonna use the Albion's effect that is stating that we can banish the material from our field, graveyard or hand to special summon a fusion monster from our extra deck, and we're gonna banish the same material to special summon Gregonol. We're gonna use Gregonol in our extra monster zone because we're gonna flood our monster zones, so we're gonna need a lot of space, all the spaces we can utilize. On summon we're gonna use Gregonol's effect to send Albion the Stroud Dragon to the graveyard, activating its graveyard effect, shuffling itself back into the deck to send a Branded Sword to the graveyard from the deck. We're gonna use the Branded Sword's effect from the graveyard to banish itself and then get the Fallen of the White Dragon back into our hand to activate its own effect, to special summon itself by sending a fusion monster as cost from the extra deck to the graveyard, and we're gonna send Titanclad for this combo. We're gonna activate its on summon effect that let us special summon Ecclesia from the deck into our field. And we're gonna contact fuse Albion and Fallen of the White Dragon to summon the Alba Lenatus into our field, so we can get the Albion into our graveyard for the end effect, or how a lot of people call it, the main phase 3. And just as a note, if you're going second, you can use on summon the effect of Incredible Ecclesia to special summon Fallen of Albas to break the board of your opponent, so you can have a easier time dealing with it and summon your stronger monsters from the extra deck. Now, doing that, you wanna go to the end phase, and on end phase you're gonna use a lot of effects, starting with our Titanclad. His effect is with this effect we can special summon our Quem from the deck onto the field, and on summon we can send Blazing Cartesia from our deck to our graveyard from Quem's effect. We're gonna activate Blazing Cartesia's effect that states if a fusion monster was sent this turn to the graveyard, we can return her from the graveyard to our hand. Because we're gonna need a lot of materials or anything that we can get to our hands. We're gonna use Albion's effect, of course, and we're gonna use its effect to search for Branded in red. We're gonna add it to our hand, and because it's a quick spell card, we can use it also in our end phase to get Fallen of the White Dragon back into our hand and use it as material together with the Aluber to summon the Lubellion from our extra deck. On summon we can use its effect and chain link Quem to lock its effect, so we can chain lock it so it can't get interrupted. We can send anything as material as cost from our hand to the graveyard, but we prefer to send the Blazing Cartesia so we can summon it later together with the effect of Quern back into our field. So activating Lubellion's effect, we want to fuse to get of course Mirror Jade, and we're gonna shuffle itself and the Fallen of the White Dragon back into the deck and extra deck respectively to summon our Mirror Jade. So activating or resolving Quem, we're gonna summon our Blazing Cartesia back into the field, and this should be our end board. So when the opponent starts to play, we have a lot of interruption here. We do have a banishment, we do have a special summon if the opponent summons something from the extra deck. We do have a lot of ways to fuse on the opponent's turn. We do have a way to summon Albion, and we can fuse with the opponent's monsters. So we do have a lot of interruption, and our board looks very, very strong right now. So this was for combo number 1. Moving forward, we're gonna see combo number 2 with the one-off card of Fallen of the White Dragon. If we start, or if we have him in our starting hand, how can we combo out of it? So see you in a bit. So for our second combo, like I said, we're gonna use the Fallen of the White Dragon in our starting hand. Excuse me, this is going back to the deck. All right. From our starting hand, and we're gonna summon him, and on summon of course, we're gonna send Albion to the graveyard for cost and activate its effect to special summon Ecclesia from the deck directly to the field. Now on summon we can use directly Ecclesia's effect to send herself into the graveyard to special summon, this time Golden Sword Soul, and we're gonna synchro summon with both of them to summon the Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon from our extra deck. On summon we're gonna use Ecclesia's effect to banish itself and special summon Cartesia from our deck directly into the field, activating Sword Soul from the graveyard because a card was banished, to banish itself and summon Ecclesia back into the field. We're gonna activate Cartesia's effect to fuse for Gregonoil. Gregonoil we're gonna use for material Ecclesia and Cartesia, sending them both into the graveyard to summon Gregonoil into defense mode, into our extra monster zone, because like before we're gonna use a lot of space and we're gonna need a lot of space. So effect on summon, we're gonna send this time Titanclad into the graveyard, so we do have our bread and butter Albion and Titanclad into the graveyard to go into our end phase and stack our field as we want it. So on end phase, first we're gonna get Ecclesia and Cartesia from their effect back into our hand, and then we're gonna move with the Albion's effect to get a branded opening from our deck directly to our hand. Of course, like before, like branded in red, branded in opening is a quick spell. We're gonna use it as we get it into our hand to send Cartesia for cost into the graveyard and special summon Aluber on the field in defense position. We activate Aluber's effect to get branded in red in our hand like before, and we're gonna activate it as well to get Fallen of the White Dragon back into our hand and fuse it with Aluber like we did last time to special summon Lubellion onto the field. We're gonna activate Titanclad's effect to get Quem onto the field and activate Lubellion's effect, sending Ecclesia to the graveyard for cost to activate its own effect to fuse for a for Mirror Jade for a fusion monster, using itself and Fallen of the White Dragon as material. Of course, like before, we're gonna chain block with Quem, activating its effect, her effect. To send, like I said before, a very versatile card, Springand's Kit, to the graveyard, activating its own effect as it hits the graveyard to special summon Ecclesia and Cartesia, both as refuse, of course, and summon the Mirror Jade. So Mirror Jade activates, activating Quem effect to get the Ecclesia or Cartesia, whichever we didn't choose with Springer's kit. So it resolves and we do summon both of them back into our field. So moving on with the end phase, before we give up our turn to the opponent, Ecclesia in the Dark Dragon activates, coming back from the banishment into our field. So we finish with a full board again, having, like before, our board breakers, our interruptions, a lot of stuff going on here to protect ourselves and to block or destroy our opponent's whole board. So this was for the combo 2, and just for info, if you don't have any space on your field, if Ecclesias in the Dark Dragon effect activates, it goes directly from the banishment back into the graveyard. Just for a fun fact. Perfect. So that was, like I said, for combo number 2. Let's move on to combo number 3. See you in a bit. For our third and last combo, we're gonna need Branded High Spirits and a Spellcaster in our hand. We're gonna use for starters the Branded in High Spirits, showing our Spellcaster from our hand and sending Gregnol to the graveyard as cost. We're gonna also send the revealed card into the graveyard to get the Fallen of the White Dragon into our starting hand, into our hand, and special summon it by sending 4-cost Albion into the graveyard. And like before, we're gonna use its effect to special summon Ecclesia into the field, and Ecclesia's effect to get the Golden Sword Soul to synchro summon with the Fallen of the White Dragon to summon the Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon onto the field. Activating her effect to get Quem onto the field, starting a chain link, activating Quem's effect and activating then the Golden Sword Soul effect to banish itself to special summon a card back into the field. Activating, resolving the chain, we send 4-cost Ecclesia, not Ecclesia, but Cartesia into the graveyard, and activating Golden Sword Soul effect to banish itself and special summon Ecclesia from the graveyard into the field. On end phase, we're gonna get Cartesia back into our hand and use Albion's effect to get Branded Opening into our hand. Like before, we're gonna activate it, send Cartesia 4-cost into the graveyard, summon Aluber, activating Aluber's effect to get Branded in red like before into our hand, activating it to get back our Fallen of the White Dragon, fusing himself with the Aluber to get, of course, the Lubellion onto the field. Activating his own effect, Chain Block with Quem to special summon back Cartesia, and of course to fusion summon himself with the Fallen of the White Dragon to get the Mirror Jade. of course, on the end phase, before we give our turn to the opponent, Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon is gonna return to our side of the field, and this is our end field, looking really strong, having Mirror Jade, having Ecclesia and Cartesia, plus Quem on our side of the field, having protection with Branded Opening in the graveyard, and of course whatever hand traps you may have. In this case we do have Fallen and the Virtuous, we could set it before we pass turn, and we do have of course Fuvalos if everything goes wrong and we lose our board. But hopefully we do not. Yeah, and this is it for combos. Like I said in my previous video, I do get back into the game. I am sure these combos aren't optimal and aren't the best, but there's for some starters. I do learn how to play again. I do learn how to do these basic combos again with these new decks and new cards. And if you have any suggestions, any tips, any tricks how to get better, how to optimize these combos, I'm always open. You can of course leave a comment down below, subscribe if you like the video, and of course see you next time. Thank you very much.